What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some expectations for this upcoming week, what might cause some volatility in the stock price, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, we do have manufacturing on the 30th and 31st in the evening. Forecast for that is 50.5 and then 51. So essentially still above 50, showing more of an expansion occurring within the broader market. So that will definitely move the market. Aside from that, this upcoming week, anticipate a lot of discussion associated to tariffs. So China has been really stating that they're going to retaliate in various forms. So I think just bringing up tariffs overall will really hurt both the American economy as well as Chinese. I have done some videos where I've kind of stated that I feel that Americans might drop a lot or potentially reduce a lot of the actual tariffs, but we'll just have to, I guess, wait and see. It's a little bit more Russian roulette, if that makes sense. Specific to NIO, though, their monthly numbers, that's going to be the biggest mover for NIO, which is going to be interesting. So let's say they do come in a little bit worse for wear. It'd be interesting to see at what price the market does feel the bottom is in for NIO, because over the last 1 month alone it is down 17.49%. Just comparing, for instance, NIO to 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧. So NIO, looking at the PS ratio, since it's not profitable, is currently 0.9. The future is 0.6. So it's like a little bit better than being priced in for bankruptcy, as crazy as that is. I know a lot of American companies that have actually filed Chapter 11 are trading at better multiples than NIO. So it is rather crazy. And just to show you 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗖𝗧, so 3.3 is what the current PS is, and then the future is 1.7. So NIO is trading at a crazy discount. So again, with their monthly numbers coming out, if it is a little bit worse than expected, I think that's kind of the consensus for the most part, then yeah, anticipate a little bit of a pullback. So I'm going to go over the technicals and stuff near the end of the video, but the only thing that has really come out over the weekend was this right here, just ultimately saying that the recent equity raise that they did do was completed in 1 day, which is a very good reaction. I see this as just flawed, very, very flawed mentality. Yes, I guess it is essentially a good thing that it was completed in 1 day, but if you offer a discount, then yeah, essentially it's going to be a good deal and people are going to take advantage of that. But at the end of the day, like, they're just trying to justify that the equity raise was good and not really address the cash burn or anything like that. Because 2 weeks ago they were like, hey, we're going to cut costs on expansion, hiring, all this stuff. From the recent news, it looks like they have reverted and canceled all of that. So it's just a very weird scenario. So let me know your general thoughts. Do you think that the equity raise being completed in 1 day is a good thing or good for NIO, or do you think it's just, if it is what it is? So what's your viewpoint on that? Going into this upcoming week, though, 14.44% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 209.24 million shares. On Friday, shorts did increase 3.25 million. So shorts are really playing a crazy game with NIO. So low recently in February was like 11%. Peak was around, it looks like 16%. So they returned. Now they're getting back. They're playing a very interesting game with NIO. In addition to that, though, one thing that will be happening on Monday is last minute rebalancing. Most likely a lot of that did occur last week, but any institutions that haven't already rebalanced, that'll be occurring on Monday because that's the last day in Q1. So just anticipate possibly a lot of volatility in that kind of aspect, and as well a lot more transactions occurring on the dark pool. So just kind of be aware of that. But with it closing at $3.77, you basically see absolutely no options in the money from last week. So you're not going to see any bump up, no kind of gamma squeeze or whatever else. Looking forward into this upcoming week, you have 7,000 at that 4, 8,000 at that 450, 20,000 at that 5. So if NIO does gain some good momentum, just watch for those strike prices, as shorts might try to manipulate NIO down just to ensure a lot of this does close and expires worthless. So $4, $4.50, and then $5. Just key points to really watch for. Aside from all of that fun stuff with it at $3.75, trading between this S2 and this S3. So $3.50 is going to be a strong support. $3.92 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, followed by $4.18. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Aside from that, on the actual chart itself, there's not really much positives to bring up about the chart. As far as right now, stochastic RSI, it is considered very oversold. So if the monthly numbers do come in a little bit better than anticipated, then you could see a nice recovery associated to that. Value investors getting in, but on the actual chart itself or face value, it's below absolutely every key point, below the ALMA, 50, 100, 200-day moving averages. It did break below that super trend, so that does mean going forward it has algorithmic trading really working against NIO, similar to what happened here when it did start to pull back from October. So as far as going into this upcoming week, technicals don't look all that great, but like I said, it'd be interesting to see what the market does feel the true bottom is. So yeah, let me know your general thoughts on NIO. Where do you think it's going to go in the short term? Do you think it's going to be touching that 350, so a little bit more pain before it gets better? Or do you think it's going to recover back above 4 this week? What's your kind of 2 cents on all that? And then hopefully everyone's having a kick-ass weekend. One final thing I do want to share with you though, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some good buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.